when that happened, several people, over 300 million people, were left disabled, okay, so paralyzed. They could no longer use their arms and legs, okay, or parts of their body. The difference between America and Haiti is in Haiti, disabled people are like labeled as an outcast. They believe they have no purpose to their society. So if they are bound to a wheelchair, they don't want anything to do with them. Okay, this was pre-earthquake. So if you had a spinal cord injury and you were paralyzed, your family would just basically send you somewhere else. They would not want you to be in their home anymore because it was extra to take care of. However, the earthquake started changing that, okay, because so many people were left disabled that now it's starting to become more socially acceptable, okay, and there's a lot more programs to help with that. One of the guys that Zimri's dad met the first time he was in, or the second time he was in Haiti, he met this guy named Leon, okay, and Leon actually was a Paralympian, so an Olympic athlete who has injuries. They call that a Paralympics. So if you're missing a limb or if you're in a wheelchair, you can participate in the Olympics, but it's the Paralympics. And Leon was a hand cycler, okay, which means you lay down basically on a tricycle and you pedal with your hands. So you can't really see where you're going too much because you're laying down, okay? It's really, really hard. I tried it. It's so hard to do. But Leon was in Port-au-Prince when the earthquake hit. He lost all 8 of his children and his wife in the earthquake. And whenever they took the rubbish off him, he was paralyzed from about the chest down. So he can use his arms, but he has no use of the rest of his body, okay, from about mid-waist down. And so he lost his entire family in the earthquake, okay, 8 of his kids and his wife. So he went from being the sole provider and having all these things to do to being the only person left in his family, and now he was disabled, okay? So he didn't have anybody to really take care of him. So this is where our friends, his name is Carwin and her name is Ronika, and this is where they come in, okay? They were actors in London. So they had like Downtown Abbey, if you like ever watch Downtown Abbey or anything like that. Like the people on that show are their good friends, okay? Because they were actors and actress in London. They came to Haiti after the earthquake to help. Once they got there, they were so devastated at the lack of medical care. Because if an earthquake hit here, we would just go to a hospital. If the one in Farmington didn't work, we would go to St. Louis. If that one didn't work, we would go to Illinois. If that, you would find the nearest hospital. They don't have that in Haiti, okay? And so Carmen and Renika were so upset about that they started a hospital. They quit their jobs, okay? And these are like big-time actors in London. They quit their jobs, and they made Haiti and hospitals their #1 project, okay? So that's pretty cool. You left like this amazing career, where you're making lots of money, to focus on other people that needed help. So what they did is they set up what used to be called Haiti Hospital Peel. Okay, now it's called Hope Health Action. So they changed the name a little bit because of some legal things that happened. But what HHA is it's a non-for-profit hospital. They have like government hospitals in Haiti, but right now they're on strike. So there are no hospitals, okay, unless they're privately funded. There are 0 hospitals working right now in Haiti. They just got hit with a major earthquake, or a major hurricane, Hurricane Matthew. There are 0 government hospitals open, okay? So these little hospitals that are privately funded are starting to see more people. But what they did is they set this up where locals can come and get treated, okay? When I was there, one of our kids that we supported through another project, which I'll talk about, when I was there, he went to the doctor, and he had strep throat, and he had like a skin, almost like poison ivy, but it's not poison ivy, but it's real itchy like that. And he was able to go to the doctor and get medicine, okay? And the medicine was only like $5. It was really cheap American dollars. So they're able to go to an ER. They can go there for treatment. But the biggest thing about HHA, which Carwin and Renika are really proud about, is they have an entire section for spinal cord patients. So people that are disabled, okay? So in Cap Haitian, you will see a lot of people that are wheelchair bound. And it's just normal, everyday society like it would be in America. And that's what they wanted, was for everybody to understand that just because you have a disability, it doesn't mean that you are less equal. Okay, so they wanted to get that out there, and that's really working in Cap Haitian. And it started because 2 people quit their job and started a hospital. Okay? So that's pretty cool to think you can make that big of a difference on a country just because you have an idea. So they have a spinal cord wing. In the spinal cord wing, they have people that train for the Paralympics. So you get to see those people. I actually worked in the rehab facility with some of those patients whenever I went this last time. And I got to work with their staff because I teach PE. So I got to work with their staff on some like weight training things and some different things that they could do that you guys would do in PE class with them. Okay, so that was pretty cool. I got to use my talent over there. And whenever I was there, they set up an emergency room. So that was getting built. That's pretty neat. And they have a radiology program now. So they can take x-rays, which was completely unheard of 5 years ago in Haiti. Nobody knew what an x-ray was. There was no way to take those pictures. But people have donated x-ray machines. And probably the coolest thing that I got to see was the maternity ward. Okay, so now women can go to HHA and have a baby. Before that, they would just have them at home, okay? Which is one of the reasons that the death rate is so high, because they had no medical care, okay? So they get to go have them there. And they have a neonatal unit, so if they have any problems the baby does, they can be taken care of. So that was pretty cool to get to see that kind of transpire. So HHA's biggest accomplishment that they will tell you is that they are taking care of those disabled people, and they are teaching society that they're just like you. Okay, that there's no difference between them. So that's pretty neat. So their biggest accomplishment is taking care of those that are disabled and teaching society how to accommodate them. Wheelchair ramps, things like that. Okay, that we have here in America that you probably don't even think about. So, one thing that I really want to talk to you guys about is the orphanages. Okay, the Peace and Joy Project. This is where my heart is in Haiti. Okay, this is where I really put a lot of my effort into for Haiti. In Haiti, there are over 450,000 kids in orphanages, so placed in orphanages. Okay, not the foster care system where you go and you can live with somebody else. These are orphanages like the movie Annie. Okay, like kids with 1 or 2 adults. Okay, so because there are that many kids in orphanages, the one thing I want you to know is most of the time it's not because they don't have parents, okay, or their parents can't care for them. What happens in Haiti is actually really, really sad. They have people that will come in and say, give me your children and I will give them a better life. And people say, okay, I'm only making $2.25 a day. You can take care of them. Here's my children. And they just give them their children because they think they're going to be getting a better life, okay, like be able to better themselves. However, very few actually follow through on that promise. What they do is they have this orphanage. They ask a bunch of people like from America and London and everywhere else to give them money, and people will, and then those people pocket that money and leave the kids by the wayside, okay? So it's really sad. And so in 2012, my best friend Melissa and her husband Michael went to Haiti. They were working with Carwin and Renika on HHA projects. We were really excited about being on the ground, working for the hospital. And then Michael stumbled upon these kids. I'll show you pictures in a minute. They were sitting underneath a tree. Okay, there were 24 kids sitting underneath a tree. They started questioning, it really bothered Melissa and Michael. They started questioning, who were these people? Why were they there? Why didn't they have any parents? Why was there no adult? They're all malnourished. They're really skinny. Their hair is really light in color, which means Haitians are malnourished. So they stumbled upon these people under a tree. During the investigation, they realized that's what had happened. This man went to all these people and said, give me your kids and I will get people to take care of them, but didn't have anybody to take care of them. So it'd be like me giving Zimri to somebody else and saying, okay, yeah, raise them, hopefully he can do better than I can, and then him being left alone. Okay? And that would break my heart as a parent. So when they found these people, these kids, they had no food, no money, they didn't know where their parents were, they had no idea how to get a hold of their parents. They were between the ages of 14 and 6 months. Okay? They were little. So the 13 and 14-year-old boy and girl, Stevenson is the boy's name. Okay? He was kind of like the dad. Okay? And Rose Kerlin is the girl, and she was kind of like the mom. Okay? And they took care of these kids. So what we did and left them to starve and raise themselves, Michael and Melissa stepped in. And we said, we can't do this. This can't happen to these poor kids. So what we did was a bunch of people got together behind my friends Michael and Melissa, and Carwin and Renika, and we've got some friends in other states that jumped in too that help us with this. We created what we call the Peace and Joy Project. Okay? And so that was like the name of the orphanage that they were supposed to be part of. So now we have the Peace and Joy Project. And what we do is we get together with several organizations and we help these kids. Okay? Because we all love kids. Okay? I mean, I don't know anybody that would say, oh, those poor kids, and move on with their life. Okay? It's really sad. So what we do is we partner with them, and the last 4 years we've made this orphanage, or what was supposed to be an orphanage, kind of our mission to help these kids and their family. So I want you guys to know that all 24 kids that were sitting under that tree now live with their families. Every single one of them is back home. Okay? And in talking to their parents, a lot of them said, we just didn't know. They didn't know that this guy was going to take their money. They didn't know that their kids were living under a tree. They had no idea because they just assumed this person was taking care of them because that's what he told them he would do. So all the kids are now back with their family. Okay, they all had living family. They all had a mother or a father or an aunt or an uncle or a grandmother, somebody that could take care of them. So every one of them is back home. What we do is we partner alongside them. Okay, we provide them education. We provide their parents education. And we let the kids, we pay for their schooling, okay, so they can get that education. And just so you have a little idea, only about 10% of the kids in elementary school in Haiti go on to high school. Okay, so most of them stop at the 4th or 5th grade, and then they no longer get any education after that. So it'd be like you stopping your education now and trying to get a job knowing some division and some linking verbs, and that's about it. Okay, you still don't know. There's so much more to learn in high school. Okay, so we are able to get those kids their education paid for through high school. Okay, so they go all the way through high school. If they want to continue on to college, then that can be a goal for them. They only have 2 colleges in Haiti. One is right by the Dominican Republic, built by the Dominican Republic, and one is in Port-au-Prince. Okay, that's their only 2 options. They don't have Mizzou, SEMO, LSU, wherever.
Alabama.
They have Port-au-Prince or the one built by the Dominican Republic. Okay, those are their only 2 options if they go that far. So that's pretty cool that we get to do that for them. Okay, we get to provide them with that education. So we pay for them to go to school, and we pay for them to get medical care through the HHA. So basically, they have like a debit card system, and so, you know, you would have $35 a month in your debit card system. So if you needed to go to the ER, they would just take $10 off of that, and you don't have to pay for that. It all comes out of our accounts. Okay, so that's pretty cool. Because those are things you don't really have to think about. Okay, as 4th graders, you don't have to think about that. They have to think about that as 12-year-olds and 10-year-olds in Haiti. So my friend Michael visits Haiti 1 to 2 times a year. Okay, in the summer he stays multiple weeks. Last summer he stayed almost a full month and a half over there. And what we do whenever we're there is we build relationships with our kids and their families. Okay, so we go and we sit with the kids. They've got a common house that they all meet up at. We call that William's house. And so word spreads like wildfire when Michael comes to town. And the kids and their families flock to see him. It's like when Grandpa comes over. Okay, and everybody's so excited to see him. And so we're building relationships. We're not just going, here's a check, see you later. Here's a check, see you later. Okay, you're building relationships with those people, which is pretty cool, because then whenever you go, they know who you are. Okay, that's a pretty neat feeling. So with Michael and Melissa, we started what we call Haiti Hope Rising. Okay, it's an organization that we can use to fundraise for the care of these children. Okay, and then off of that, Zimmer's dad and I started a non-for-profit organization here in St. Francis County called Parkland Hope Rising. Okay, and Parkland Hope Rising does the same thing, but it's for foster care. Okay, so we help parents who have foster children. Okay, so we kind of do the same thing here. Okay, these are just a couple of websites, and I think that Ms. Stam might share this with you in case you're like frantically taking notes. It'll all be there. But these are a couple that I wanted you guys to be able to look at. Okay, take home, get on Google Classroom, or show your parents. Okay, because it's kind of cool. So this is Haiti Hope Rising. This is Michael and Melissa's website. This is Parkland Hope Rising. That's our website for here. But this is the Haiti Health Action or Haiti Hope Appeal, okay, HHA. That's their organization. Okay, so you can click on those and you can see some pictures, okay, of what Haiti looks like. It's very, very dirty. They have garbage piled up, okay, everywhere. There's all kinds of garbage just on the side of the road. There's no like landfill. There's no garbage like truck that comes by on Tuesdays and takes their garbage. So they just burn it. So they basically line the streets and just set it on fire. Okay. So it stinks a lot. Okay. So that's HHA. So you can have your parents kind of look through that if they're interested, and you can see like who's all involved and all kinds of stuff. Carmen's picture somewhere. But he's on there somewhere. Okay, Carwin is. But those are just some websites that you can look at. Yes?
When was it?
Was the earthquake?
No, when did this start?
2011. Okay, so, how do, oh, here it is. I don't have a fancy smart
Well,
board.
and it's not Orion's the greatest.
Okay, so these are just some websites you can look at. This one I just put on there because it's really cool. It's like the tourist attraction in Port-au-Prince, and it's called the Citadel. So I'll pull that up here in a minute. It's like an old castle from the 1800s, and it's like never really been, like no cannons have been fired or anything. It's really, really high up. It took me forever to climb the mountain to get up there. So what can you do to help? This was something that Miss Stam and I had talked about. The very first year that Zach went, okay, Zimri's dad went, he was telling us, and I got to see it firsthand, that a lot of the kids will make cars out of water bottles and like Pennzoil oil bottles, like you would put oil in a car. That's what they make their cars out of. They don't have toys. There's no Walmart, there's no Target, there's no Amazon Prime, okay? They don't have any of that. So they're very resourceful. So what they do for cars is they take a bottle and they take the tops off and they run like a nail or a piece of wire or a pipe cleaner or something through them, and they attach the lids to make wheels, and they put a string on it, and that's their cars. Okay, that's what they use to play with. So the girls, to make like baby dolls, a lot of times it's some sort of ball figure, okay, whether it be newspaper wrapped in tape or something like that, and they put it on the end of a water bottle, and that's their baby doll. Okay, they don't have American Girl doll or any of those, okay, baby dolls. They don't have that there. Just so you can get kind of an idea of how expensive things are, I bought a roll of masking tape, okay, like, you guys know what masking tape is? Yeah. Okay, like you roll it up and put posters on the wall. I bought a roll of masking tape for their rehab facility so I could put some stuff on the floor for them, and it cost me almost $15, okay? A roll of masking tape here is like $2, okay? So everything's really expensive. So Zimri was 5 years old the very first time his dad went to Haiti. Okay, he was 5 years old. And when he came home and he was telling him that's what their cars are, Zimri said, I wish they could have some of my Hot Wheels. Okay? Because we had boxes upon boxes of Hot Wheels, okay, at that time. So he said, I wish they could have some of my Hot Wheels. And so when he was 5 years old, he wanted to do this thing called Hot Wheels for Haiti. He thought of it all by himself. He said, I want to do Hot Wheels for Haiti. Do you think people would give us Hot Wheels for Haiti? He was 5 years old. Okay, had no idea how impactful that could be. Well, at that time, we were working with a different organization that now does something else. They don't work with children necessarily. And so we didn't really do anything with it. So when I was talking to Miss Stam, I thought, hey, we've got all these Peace and Joy kids that are your age. Okay, a lot of them are your age. And what we could do is do Hot Wheels for Haiti. Okay? How many of you can go to Walmart and buy a coloring book and color crayons and not think twice? They don't have that in Haiti. Color book, color crayons, what? They've never heard of that. Okay? Unless somebody has brought it in and given it to them. They don't have a store they can just go buy those things. So could you imagine not having a coloring book and color crayons? Or not having a Hot Wheel?
Yeah.
I mean, could you imagine like how excited you would be if someone said, here's a Hot Wheel, if you never had one? Okay? So what we were thinking about is doing that. Okay? Having things that you guys have here that are very simple and easy to find, okay, and cheap, and being able to then ship them to Haiti, and then our friends in Haiti can take pictures of the kids with them and send those back to you guys so you can kind of see how excited they are, okay? Because I'm telling you what, if you take a pack of gum to those 24 kids, you are like Santa Claus, okay? You are like the best thing for the day because they don't have chewing gum. They can't just go to the store and buy chewing gum because they don't have any money, okay? So imagine how excited, if they get that excited over a piece of Double Bubble, imagine how excited they'll get over a toy that they can play with forever, okay? So that's what we had kind of talked about, okay? It's providing some color books, color crayons, Hot Wheels, things like that, and then you guys can see pictures of those kids receiving those things, and how neat would that be? Pretty cool, huh? To think that you could make someone's day by giving you a Hot Wheel? Because I know several kids in America that if you gave them a Hot Wheel, they'd be like, oh, that's it, just one? Or, oh, I don't like that one, it's purple, I don't want purple. Okay, but those kids would be so excited. Yes?
If I was in Haiti right now, I would give trash cans to all of them.
Yes, they have trash cans,